Hi everybody, welcome to the Steve Lyon Show. I'm DJ Foster, joined by Grand Valley State head baseball coach Steve Lyon. Coach, thanks for joining me this week.
Great to be here, DJ.
You know, it's always a good week when we're going to talk and we don't mention one loss the whole week. We got a lot of wins to talk about. We'll go right into it. Coach, you won all 8 games last week. You're now 11 wins in a row. You're 26-10 on the season, 16-6 in conference play. You're in first place now, which maybe would have seemed impossible just a few weeks ago when you started off the year 1-3 in league play. But you've won 20 of your last 26 games. You're on quite a nice roll right now. Kind of summarize the week that you had last week and just, what got into the guys? What has them playing so well?
Sometimes the schedule is in your favor during any particular course of the season. And I think, coming back from our spring trip, we played some good teams down there. And then we didn't gel right away when we got back up here and started playing our northern schedule. But we kind of figured out our lineup. Our pitchers are still throwing good. They have been all year. And we're finally starting to generate some offense. I think the warmer weather, wind blowing out, which it was this week, certainly helped. But it is the same for both teams. So you gotta compete on the same field. So overall, I just think all the 3 parts, the pitching, the hitting, and the defense, are starting to come together. To be honest, we played some of the teams that are below us in the league standings. So that's to our advantage, but you still have to go out there and win those games.
Right.
And like you said, to go a whole week without losing, playing 8 games is great.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun to talk about wins here. On Tuesday, you hosted Hillsdale. All 8 games were home last week. You win 4-0 in Game 1. Kyle Scapel took a no-hitter into the 7th inning, lost it on the first batter of the 7th inning, but still a tremendous outing for him, a 1-hitter. He threw 6.1 innings. I think Zambron came in to close it, 10 strikeouts for Scapel. Then in Game 2, you win 12-1. Nadrotowski was 3 for 4 with 3 RBI, and also Anderson and Rudinger also had 2 hits apiece. So a nice way to start off the week.
Yeah, it was. Kyle, I really want him to get that no-hitter. He's done everything else while he's been here except get a no-hitter. And when he went into the 7th inning, we were, he's kind of at his pitch count. We knew he was coming back again on the weekend on 3 days rest. So we didn't want to stretch him out too much, but it's pretty hard to take a guy out when he's got a no-no going. So we let him go ahead and get out there in the 7th. And, like you said, he gave up a hit in the first hitter. And I'm thinking back, I don't know why we didn't take him out right then. We let him pitch to another hitter and get it out. And then we took him out. It was a great performance by him. We got him enough runs. And the second game, we exploded a little bit with our offense. We had several people, like you said, contribute to it. And Garmin pitched a good game as he has all year, except for one outing on the spring trip. So it was a good day and a good way to get the week started at home. And we knew we were playing at home all week. So we could go back in our own beds and sleep and get ready to come back the next day to play Northwood.
Yeah, literally the very next day against Northwood, a pair of close games. You win 3-2 in Game 1. You actually trailed 2-0 going into the 7th inning, but Claypool and Strakowski each had RBI singles to tie the game, get it into extra innings, and that's when Anderson led off with a triple. They intentionally walked the next 2 guys in the 8th, and Jamie Potts gets the game-winning, or the walk-off RBI single to right field to win that game. Then you win 4-2 in the second game. Campanella pitched well, only gave up 4 hits over the 6 innings. He got the win. Strakowski hit a home run, and Nadrotowski had 2 hits. So a good sweep in 2 well-played games.
Yeah, Northwood's been pitching well all year, so we knew we were going to face their top 2 guys. And Mark Hurd, who's given us trouble since he's been a freshman at Northwood, now he's a senior, took a 1-hitter going into the 7th inning. So we hadn't really gotten to him at all. And we got a couple guys on, and they misplayed a bunt. You know how big innings start sometimes. Sure. And then, we ended up tying the game. Claypool came off the bench, had a big base hit. And then, like you said, in the 8th inning, Anderson leading off the triple was huge. And Jamie Potts has been playing well. It's just he's our 4th outfielder, so it's hard to get him in the lineup, get some quality at-bats. But he had been inserted in the lineup earlier in the game, and his turn came around. They had a lefty pitch, and he's left-handed hitter. So I was thinking about, bringing a right-hander off the bench to hit for Jamie, but he is a competitor, and he likes those situations even though he's a freshman. And first pitch, he got a base hit to right field and won the game for us. So it was a good way to get that first game. It looked like a loss. Stayed with it. Campanella pitched well the second game. We ended up sweeping them.
Yeah, the momentum definitely carried over into game 2. It's nice to get both those wins that way. Saturday against Tiffin. It was the Giancarlo Brugnoni show. You win 12-1 in Game 1. You win 11-2 in Game 2. But clearly the story was Giancarlo. Game 1, 3 for 3, 3 runs scored, 5 RBI, 2 home runs. In Game 2, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 3 RBI, 2 home runs. His day overall, 5 for 6, 5 runs scored, 8 runs driven in. He hit 4 home runs, maybe more impressive. He had a triple in that too. We know he's not the fastest guy on your team, but 4 consecutive at-bats with home runs. It ties a guy that I think you know, and Jamie DeTillion, who set that record when he was at Ashland. I mean, what do you say with a day like that for Giancarlo?
Just pat him on the back and tell him to keep doing what he's doing. I was really unaware that he had hit. I know he had 4 home runs. I guess I just didn't register his 4 consecutive at-bats, which is really tremendous. And as you mentioned, Coach DeTillion, who's our associate head coach now, had done that all in one game in a regional championship, so it's a little different. But Giancarlo's feat was tremendous. Actually, I knew that he had a triple and then a home run his first 2 at-bats in that first game, and I was thinking, hey, maybe he'll get a cycle. He's got the 2 hardest parts already out of the way. So if he got a single or a double, his next at-bat, I think I would have left him in. But he hit another home run. So I said, that's enough. We were beating him good. We needed some guys to get in, so we took him out of the game. So it's kind of different taking a guy out like that, but we wanted to get some other guys some at-bats, of course, and he was good with that. And I guess that kind of, registered that, or caused me not to think about consecutive at-bats because he was actually out of the game and then came up, the first 2 times in the second game, hit home runs. It was just an unbelievable day. And when he stays back in the ball and tries to use the whole field, he's a really, really good hitter. And he's big and strong enough. His bat speed is tremendous, off the charts. He can drive the ball right center with anybody. And I think 3 of his 5 home runs that he hit on the weekend were to right center. So that's a credit to him and Coach DeTillion, who's his hitting coach. And that's the way Jamie hit. Because I coached against Jamie when he was playing at Ashland, and we tried to jam him all the time because he was so good at going the other way. And he has all of our guys buying into that. It really makes us a better hitting team. Giancarlo's day was tremendous. Our pitchers pitched well again, and Saturday was a good day. We had a couple breathers, which we haven't had, too many of. So we're going into Sunday with, 6 straight home wins, and hopefully continue to play well on Sunday. Wind blowing out didn't hurt. But Giancarlo's home runs, I think, were going to be out no matter what.
Yeah, well, now he leads the league with 11 home runs. Of course, when you have 4 in one day, that probably helps. But, Tony Peters for the men's basketball team the last couple of years has had a knack for making the bucket to get them 75 points and the free tacos. So they call him Taco Tony. Well, they gave away tacos on Saturday. I don't know if they'll call Giancarlo, Taco John or something like that for 4 home runs. Tacos were given away for each one. So there's fans yelling out taco when he hit his home runs. Game on Sunday against Tiffin again. You win 11-4, 12-6. You scored double digits in all 4 games in the weekend. A bunch of home runs on Sunday. Kevin Zach had a 2-run homer. Strakowski with the grand slam. Anderson with the 2-run homer. In Game 2, B-Rob went 3 for 4. Brignoni hit another home run, as you mentioned, and Rudinger and Cowan both had 3 RBI. So you pretty much are doing it all throughout the lineup. And again, you closed out the week with a perfect 8-0 record. Yeah,
it was great way to finish the week. And again, Tiffin was below us. We have to take care of those teams when we have the opportunity to win, especially at home. And we certainly did, and everybody contributed. Diesel, Derek Strakowski had a big home run, grand slam that kind of opened up that game. In fact, that inning began, we were down 1-0 with 2 outs and nobody on. And we got a guy on, Kevin Zach hit a home run to put us ahead, and then we got 3 more guys on, and then Diesel hit 1 out. So all of a sudden, they're thinking they're on their way to the 4th inning with a 1-0 lead. Well, wait a minute, it's 6-1, they're down, and that can take a lot of air out of their dugout, which I think it did. So that was a good way to get going in that doubleheader on Sunday. Even though it got a little bit closer as the game wore on, in second game we again scored some runs, and especially late, kind of put the game away.
This next week must almost seem like a bye week for you. Only 2 doubleheaders. You're at Findlay this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. They're 13-20 overall, 6-14 in GLIAC play. So you maybe get some rest during the week, and then you got to come back for 4 at Findlay this weekend. So talk about the Oilers and what you'll face this weekend.
Yeah, at their place, they're a better team, as most teams are, and they had a good weekend. I think they split some games this weekend with Lake Erie, and They're capable of beating you. They've been hitting the ball pretty well, so it'll be a test for our pitchers. The good part about it is we just came off all 4 of our starters going back-to-back 3-day rests, and they did it great. They pitched well. Now they have a whole week off, and we can kind of get them back into the rhythm of throwing a good bullpen during the week and being ready to go on Saturday and Sunday. So they should be ready, and hopefully we'll continue to play well. It's another team that's below us. We have to try to go in there and take care of business, but we can't think in terms of anything other than the first game on Saturday and make sure we're ready to play. I'm sure they're licking their chops with Grand Valley coming into town, as most teams are, and they'll hit the ball a little bit, I think. So we'll have to pitch well, and then we'll have to score our share of runs too.
Grand Valley State winners of 20 of their last 26 games and in first place in the GLIAC standings. Coach, keep that going this weekend. Best of luck.
Thanks, DJ.
Thanks for watching the Steve Lyon Show here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.